What's good, everybody? I appreciate you checking in. All right, I had the opportunity to link up with my guy Chris over at the Protect the Shield podcast, as well as my guy the Severe Raider, and we broke down a bunch of topics during our live podcast. Now, the podcast lasted just over an hour and a half, and so, like myself, I know most of you don't really have the time to really sit through the full entirety of that podcast. So, I wanted to break down certain topics that we touched on, so you have the chance to check it out. In this video, we break down the 53-man roster. After we signed the 4 players that we picked up off the waiver wire, we talk about the position groups that we're excited for, both on the offense and the defense going into this season. We also break down specific players that we're going to be focused on throughout the entire season to kind of see how they perform and really how they develop and progress throughout the entire season. I'd be shocked if we see another roster move after this weekend. So I think this is the squad that we're rolling with into week 1 to battle against the Chargers in Los Angeles. So this is a good one. It's always good to link up with my guys. So this is a good one. So this is a good one. It's always good linking up with these guys. They keep it real. We hold each other. So this is a good one. So this is a good one. It's always good linking up with these guys because we. So this is a good one. It's always good linking up with these guys because we keep it real and we don't hold back against each other. So it's always good to chop it up with these guys. I hope you enjoy. But before we get into the video, if you can, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn those notifications on next giveaways at 4,000 subscribers. I might surprise you one prior to getting to 4,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified when that next giveaway does go down and you're notified when I drop more content. So I appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's get into it. And now we're going to get into the exciting part. We're going to kind of dive into it. All right. We're going to talk about the offensive side first. Severe, I'm going to pass on to you. This is our 53. I think these are the guys we're going to roll with. The likelihood that anything changes over the next day or two is slim to none because you are now in prep mode for the Chargers, right? Yes. You are making sure that you're making sure that your scheme, your strategy, everything is in place today to make sure this coaching staff's got to get prepared to kind of coach up these players and implement that strategy. What position group are you most excited about on this offense side of the ball going into the season?
Yeah, man. I think the easy answer would be to go with tight end, because we got Michael Mayer and we got Brock Bowers, but I'm actually gonna go wide receiver. I'm gonna go wide receiver, man. I just think that
Yeah.
you have a top 3 guy in Devontae. Depending on how you feel about Tyreek and Jay Jettis, he might be number 1. And then I think we have one of, if not the best, number 2 wide receiver in the league, and Jacoby Myers. I'm excited to see the emergence of DJ Turner and Trey Tucker, in this offense. Trey Tucker went from being the body catcher, now he's out there catching bodies. So
Bar.
he might be a guy that's a big part of this offense. And then Tyreek McAllister, we saw what we did and what he did in the preseason. We're going to see a whole lot of him on special teams, in the return game. And then Ramel Keaton, man, I think we have a good blend of guys that are bigger bodies, possession type receivers, older guys, veteran guys, as well as some young guys. So I think it's a very good group. We hit basically every category there. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
I'm with you. Chris, go ahead. What position group or even just player are you most excited about kind of going into the season?
So, I gotta give two, man. So I'm gonna start off ruffling some feathers, man. Gardner
Yes,
Minshew,
sir.
man. Gardner Minshew, man. This is the best talent he's had. Um, I'm very curious, man, because when's the last time we truly had a quarterback that had like that fight in him that Gardner has, like the refuse to give up? Like I know all of us, we rooted for Carr for a long time. You know, Carr had a lot of good games for us. I'm not gonna sit here and badmouth him, but to have a quarterback behind there with a true dog mentality, I can't. I don't know the last one that we had. If you really think what Bruce Grakowski, like he had that. I mean, if you really think about it, like who had that dog like refuse to lose? Like I'm leaving it all.
Matt McGloin.
Connor Cook. Yeah, but so it's like and I know a lot of people they don't want to hear that, but Gardner, he's a gamer, and is he going to throw for 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns this year? Probably not. But the fact that he's going to take on the identity that I think this coach wants us to have, I'm excited to see how it plays out. And then secondly, man, I'm ready to see what Brock Bowers can do, man. The arguably the best tight end that's ever came out of college football. Severe. Hey, I'm ready. No, before I'm ready to see how how Getsy uses them. A true weapon. I don't know, man. I really have high hopes for Bowers. I think he could be a rookie of the year candidate. I mean, I know they don't. That's a quarterback award, but I'm ready to see him just take that next step.
I'm with you. So I am going to stick with the receiver group, and that's what I think is going to create the most excitement out of this offense. Is last year we struggled to find that one player that was going to stretch the defense and open everything up. Trey Tucker was there, but he had some drop issues. He didn't secure the catch as much as I'd like him to, and it seems he got he got that LASIK surgery. Hopefully that helped him out, and it shows. I mean, it looks like he's catching the ball much more clean this offseason and during the preseason games. And with that speed, and then you got Tyreek McAllister. We'll see how he kind of works out. But then you got DJ Turner that finally has shown he can actually contribute as a receiver. Last year he was a really good return special teams player. But then all of a sudden, we start to see flashes. Now, obviously, this has to all translate to the regular season where we're playing starters, but I don't think we're going to see the same Trey Tucker as last year. I think that he is going to have that ability to take the top off the defense and make those wild plays. You look at what Luke Getsy was able to do with a guy like Darnell Mooney last year, and it didn't look like he did a lot, but it was because Justin Fields just didn't hit Darnell Mooney
the ball. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so Darnell Mooney was, I think, I really liked him as a receiver, and he's kind of a quick, fast receiver, and I think that's what we have out of Trey Tucker. And I think Trey Tucker is just going to add just to the excitement of this offense if we can put it all together. And you just hit him 2, maybe 3 times a game, or you just show that he can beat the defense, and we can show we can stretch that defense. Now you got Devontae Adams, Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, they're all going to eat underneath. And good luck to the defense at that point. So that's, to me, yes, obviously Brock Bowers, we'd love to see what he can do as just kind of explosive rookie and all the praise that he got coming in the league. But I'm really excited to see what this receiver core can do now that we got the speed to top it all off. So,
I mean, I know we all spoke about basically receiving options for the most part, but I think what's been the talk recently, I think even Antonio Pierce spoke about it at his presser today, I want to say, is that this run game, he talked about Zeus came back looking bigger, stronger, even though he put on more weight, actually looks faster and more explosive. And all off season, we've been saying we're going to be a run first team, and being in that 12 personnel is going to allow us to really, have a matchup advantage in the run game. So, I chose receivers, but if I was looking at just one individual player specifically, Zamir White is the guy. Chris, Zamir White is the guy I'm looking at.
Hey, he all I know is he better. He better be everything he's supposed to be.
Real quick, better than what Josh did last year. He's better than Josh did last year. And
Here we go. Here we go.
One guy that I'm gonna throw out there, and it's not flashy, but Chris, I know I sent you some videos of Ellerson Smith and just kind of how I like watch film. And
hey, it was legit too, Severe. It was legit. He had some bursts off the line.
Okay. But was he standing next to Tyree though? Because he might have just been regular. But if you're standing next to Tyree,
optical illusion,
like you moving like you moving 1,000 miles an hour.
No, one guy that I'm actually kind of low key excited to watch, and I think that he might. And I'm just gonna throw this out there. I think he might be a guy that converts a lot of some key third downs for us. Is Michael Mayer. I'm excited to see kind of how he develops, only because he now is going to be that fourth target potentially on the field. You got DA that's going to get all the attention. Jacoby Myers is going to get attention. Trey Tucker, if he can press that defense deep. Brock Bowers, obviously got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. Then does Michael Mayer get kind of lost in that mix? Does he get matched up against that fifth defender? And that's where I think Lugetzi can kind of find those mismatches, because Michael Mayer coming out of college was touted as one of the better pass catching tight ends that can contribute in the passing game. And that still remains to be seen. But at the same time, if he's your fifth option against the defense's fifth defender, I'm excited to see just kind of how he develops now that he's not going to have all the attention in the world. So that's definitely one guy I'm going to be paying attention to. So we talked about offense. Now let's go to the fun part. Let's talk about defense. All right. So I'm going to scroll this thing down. Let's talk about defense. And Chris, I'll kind of throw it to you first this time. Same question. Now that this is our 53, likelihood nothing's going to change. What position group are you most excited about? And then is there a specific player that you're really looking forward to seeing kind of how he develops? What's your thoughts?
So the first part, how can he not be excited about this defensive front? This with Max, big Jenkins right there, Christian Wilkins. I'm really excited to see how he does next to someone like Max or Kuntz or whatever. I really like Malcolm Kuntz. I've liked him, ever since we drafted him. So that front four, I'm just extremely excited about, and I know that's a popular way to go. But one thing I will say is when it goes to who I'm excited to see their development, I think everybody know who it is. It's Jacorian, aka Mr. Shutdown Bennett, baby.
AKA, I haven't heard that one. I wonder who made that up.
You guys may not know. You guys may not know. I was on my own that one, and I'm gonna keep reminding you guys. But seriously though, I'm excited to see what he can do, man. It looks like he probably has some confidence back, so he doesn't have a Marcus Peters showing him the ropes. So I'm just excited to see what my boy Bennett can do. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And I like our depth, and for like the linebackers with Bernie and Gaynor. So there's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, man, there's a lot to be excited about. And so real quick, Severe, your thoughts on defense? Who are you excited about? What unit are you excited for, and who are you excited to watch after?
So I'm gonna go a little bit left field. I'm gonna go with, because my least favorite player plays on this unit as well.
Let's chat. Let's see. Do you know who Severe's least favorite player is? Not just on the Raiders, but the entire NFL at this point.
My least favorite player in NFL might be Justin Fields.
Yeah, I'm about to say Justin Fields is probably his least.
I was roasting Justin Fields.
But the moment this player misses a tackle,
man,
then we'll see.
let him miss the tackle and let the guy we should have drafted go out there and play well. Oh, it's gonna be you would never hear the end of it ever. I will bring that up to the day I die. But how you said how we said we could smell the grass on the opening of the NFL season. I could smell
Around the
the ink
corner.
drying on his doctor's note that he bring into Antonio Pierce. That's already I am for some football. But I'm gonna go with linebackers, man. And it's mainly. I mean, Spillane is a guy that I know a lot of people last year they were mystified by that signing. A lot of people kind of poo-pooed it and said, "Who was this guy?" And I was saying last year, "Yo, this guy's a dog. Like, don't worry about it. When he gets here, he's going to perform." And when he got here, he performed. Um, but I'm expecting a big year from Devon Diablo. I think I think it takes some time to not only to adjust to the talent gap. He was in the ACC. I mean, so going from the ACC to the NFL, that's a huge talent gap. Not like he was some SEC guy, and then going from safety to linebacker as well. So I think, and he didn't really have a lot of time on task due to injuries. So I'm expecting some big things from him. And then we saw the Amari brothers, man. That could be the future at linebacker for this team because I'm not depending on the other guy. So it could be Amari Burney and Amari Gaynor as our future backers. And I was impressed with Bernie, but I was extremely impressed with Amari Gaynor.
Yeah.
And I was going back to 805. He was the guy that he was on his radar. And when we first picked him up, he was telling me about him. He made me look into him. And I liked what I saw. And just have a guy with that kind of versatility that gonna only play, play at the linebacker position, but in a pinch, if you need a guy, throw him on the edge. He's a guy. He did play some edge in college as well. So I just having that versatility there, I think it is going to be huge for us. And I'm expecting, maybe not this year, but I'm excited to see what contributions those guys can make this season.
So talking about D-line, and that's one of my biggest one of the positions I'm most excited about is the defensive line, because I think the defensive line is going to set the tone for the defense. It's that simple. It's not like we have, we have a solid defensive back group, but there's still some question marks. Can Jack Jones repeat? Can Jacorian Bennett step up and be that true number 2? I think our safeties are solid. I think they're going to have a solid year, but this defensive line is going to set the tone. This entire defensive front, from the interior D lineman to the defensive end, is just going to be nasty and scary. And the thing is, you got to watch out for Max 100%. You got to count for him, but pick your poison at this point, and so, but to me, again, I just said D-line. The one player that I'm excited about, and this is the one, one great part about now coming on YouTube, is sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. But if you get it right, you kind of happy about it a little bit. Is I think it was probably week 4, week 5. I put a video on my channel that basically said we have Tyree Wilson's replacement already in the building, and it wasn't Malcolm Koonce, but it was Janarius Robinson. I think Janarius Robinson is going to be very interesting to watch because you got Malcolm Koonce and this possible extension lingering. And at the end of the day, are you gonna pay Max Crosby top dollar and then also pay another edge rusher top dollar when you got Jack Jones? If he continues to produce, you might want to pay a number one corner. You still got Trayvon Merrick that you got to potentially extend. Marcus Epps, if he continues to be a leader on this team and a veteran that people look up to, do you want to extend him? Do you keep 2 high paid edge rushers when you could possibly get a rookie in the draft, kind of mid to later rounds? I want to see if Janarius Robinson can really produce. Not saying that I don't want to extend Malcolm Koonce, but I would love to see that there's another edge rusher. I don't think Tyree Wilson's it. I want to see if there's another edge rusher that gives us options. So that's one guy that I'm really excited to see kind of how he develops, because I saw sparks, I saw flashes last year, and he's another big bodied defensive end that I think can be on the opposite end and allow us to possibly not have to invest so much money in just a defensive end position when we already have Max Crosby. So
exactly,
that's kind of who I'm excited for. And then, so we touched on offense. We touched on defense. I appreciate you reaching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a great breakdown again with my guy Chris over the Protect the Shield podcast, as well as my guy the Severe Raider. Before you click out here, if you can, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. It definitely helps me out. But also hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. My next giveaway is at 4,000 subscribers. So if you want to be included in that giveaway, hit that subscribe button, but also hit that notification bell so you know when that giveaway does come up and when I drop more content. So again, I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm out.